Welcome to One-on-One with Walt Lascos. In this brief podcast, you'll learn how to most effectively address senior financial exploitation. Now, here's Walt.
Today, as we continue to observe Worldwide Elder Abuse Awareness Month, I want to call attention to financial scams involving bitcoins and cryptocurrency. Yes, you heard that correctly. Bitcoins and cryptocurrency. It's the latest tool these con artists are using to defraud thousands of dollars from older adults. And there is no better resource on this topic than the United States Secret Service. Today, I am honored to have with us Timothy Benitez, the resident agent in charge for the United States Secret Service in its Manchester, New Hampshire resident office. Tim, welcome to our conversation. And with that, let's set the stage for everyone by having you provide for us a general description of your role and work with the Secret Service.
Great. Thank you for having me, Walt. I'm currently the supervisory special agent for New Hampshire and Vermont, where I manage all the investigative and protection activities. I continually work on developing a digital forensic incident response program in those two states. And for the most part, these groups of people will respond to any cyber incident, and we're more often seeing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency being used in scams. We work in these groups, and it's not only the Secret Service personnel that are working as responders, but we train local law enforcement and prosecutors and judges through our free National Computer Forensic Institute in Hoover, Alabama. So we really try to take a whole of community approach to investigating and preventing scams.
So, Tim, tell me, is this something new, the use of cryptocurrency in financial scams?
Well, as we all know, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is somewhat new technology. So, yes, it is new. It's a new mechanism to move money. But the Secret Service was founded to combat counterfeiting back in 1865. And we just kind of taken the path, and now we're in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and we're investigating, how criminals move their financial proceeds in their criminal act. So although it's a new technology, it's sort of something we've been doing since 1865, following money. And I think moving forward, there's a lot of unknown about cryptocurrencies and blockchain, but as we begin to teach people about it, there is a tremendous avenue to trace transactions on the blockchain, and we're trying to get better and better at doing that.
Would you share an example of a scam where con artists are persuading older adults to use these Bitcoin machines that we see around us today?
Yes, I would say, our focus here in the Secret Service is cyber-enabled financial fraud. And, one of these, there's so many scams that we have seen online today. I would say 99.9% of them revolve around social engineering. Whether it's someone purporting to be somebody from law enforcement, or someone calling to be somebody from a technical help, and they need to help you update your antivirus. They're really an endless amount of scams, and whether it's a gift card or go to a crypto ATM, they're trying to work on your emotions to get you to perform an act. I'll tell you, one of the really good ones I heard recently, and I actually keep getting this phone call, is someone from a email group, whether it's Yahoo, Gmail, Microsoft Outlook. They call from the security department, and they're very, very believable. They tell you a bunch of stuff about who you are, your phone numbers, your mother's maiden name, because your information has been stolen somewhere else. And they tell you, we're going to secure your email account. We're going to send you your two-factor authentication code to your cell phone. Read it back to me. And they don't do that until about a good 4 minutes into the phone call. What they're doing is they're resetting your email address, and they want you to read back the code so they can change your password and then lock you out. So as you can imagine, there's really endless scams, and they've become very, very adept at social engineering. And believe it or not, a lot of our information is online, open source, or unfortunately, your information has been stolen through another breach.
Geez, that's just amazing. Wait, let me ask this, Tim. When an older adult or anyone, in fact, falls through on one of these scammers' instructions to deposit money into a Bitcoin machine, is there any chance that their money can be recovered? And I know you said earlier that we're all getting better at monitoring and learning from the blockchain approach as to how to follow or track these transactions. But what's the ability to be able to recover lost money?
It is very difficult to try to get your money back, but it's not impossible. I would say within 24 hours is the best mechanism to try to get your money back. 72 hours is best. But once you suspect you've been a victim of a crime, go online and secretservice.gov, find a local Secret Service office, and make the phone call. Don't be embarrassed that you're a victim. The longer you wait, the harder it will be. Even if it's been longer than 72 hours, you should call and we will track the transaction. Believe it or not, a lot of these transactions are going back to organized transnational groups. So we need to continue to collect the information, to fit the pieces of the puzzle together. It may not be within a week, but it's a long-term game to get these large organizations. But the biggest thing is do not hesitate. Contact law enforcement. If you don't hear back from a certain law enforcement agency, go to your local department, go to as many people as you can. Unfortunately, like any other line of business, people are just becoming experts in tracing cryptocurrency now. So you kind of have to dig to find the right people. But Secret Service is here to help, and we definitely want to make this a priority moving forward.
No one should be embarrassed if they fall victim to one of these scams. We're all human people, and the way these scammers are ultra professionals. They're trained. They know exactly how to try and go after your emotions, your conscience, your feelings to get you to act very quickly without thinking. And that's why they're so successful at this. So this is nothing to be embarrassed upon because all kind of folks fall victims to these scams, from the most educated down to other levels of society. We all can become a victim of a scam. There's nothing embarrassing about it. And the point you make, too, that's very important, is if this happens to you or you're suspected of it happening to you, call the authorities, call the Secret Service, report it, because the more these folks really are your eyes and ears, and the more that these folks can report back to you, the better equipped then you become to help defend them. Correct?
That is correct. Yes, do not be embarrassed that you've been a victim. There's been thousands and thousands of victims, but we need to make everyone aware. We need to collect the data so we can be intelligent in our conversations to lawmakers, to regulators, to our communities. So we know what the threats are, and we can change our behavior and help each other.
For my podcast audience of credit union execs, what should they know about the growing use of cryptocurrency in financial scams? And most important, is there anything they can do to help mitigate these crimes?
Definitely partner with your local law enforcement, your federal law enforcement, to try to know the people in your community. I think that's very, very important. I will say I don't think Bitcoin or some of the other crypto, I don't think it's going away. So we're probably better off embracing and understanding it. I'm always concerned when I speak to somebody about a pig butchering scam where somebody's trying to coerce you to go on a website and invest on a platform that looks real. That's always concerning. So if there is a large amount of revenue coming through your organization going to exchanges, cryptocurrency exchanges, maybe reach out to a known, I know there's a very large financial institution in the New England area that has a crypto platform where you can buy and sell Bitcoin on their platform. So maybe partnering with a reputable organization, financial institution, to allow your customers to be involved in the industry safely. Because all too often, people go to a website and it looks good and they think it's real, but it's not. It's the farthest thing from real.
And finally, Tim, if a listener would like to learn more about the Secret Service and its resources for fighting cryptocurrency-related scams, where might they find it?
SecretService.gov is the best place, a public-facing website that provides a lot of information. I want to give credit to a California prosecutor who developed something called the Crypto Coalition. It is well over 1,000 people of law enforcement and prosecutors throughout the world who are on the cutting edge of investigating these crimes and trying to help victims. You can just do a simple search for Crypto Coalition. I believe her name is Erin West, and she's gotten law enforcement, prosecutors, and she's actually gotten the cryptocurrency industry and the large exchanges to be involved to combat fraud. So we just need to get more and more people involved.
Tim, thank you so much for taking some time today to chat with me. Thank you for your service to our country, and most especially, thank you for your service in helping to protect folks, all of us, older adults, all of us, from financial scams and fraud.
Thank you, Walt.
And thank you all, too, for listening today. Stay safe. And Tim, you stay safe as well.
If you've enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to follow One-on-One with Walt Laskos wherever you get your podcasts. Feel free to send comments to walt@laskoscommunications.com. And to learn more about how you might support the prevention of elder financial scams, visit laskoscommunications.com.